Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S here, back with a video. I'll try and keep this one short and sweet. Obviously, it's following on from videos I made last night about Italian football or soccer or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, some of my imaginations for such. I didn't quite get around to doing so last night. I was a bit tired, and then I was hoping I could wake up early and do a few videos, but I didn't manage to do that. So I was very tired. So anyway, yeah. So I think I briefly touched on some of my imaginations for Italian football last night, again soccer or whatever you want to call it, and that sort of thing. And as I mentioned in my previous videos, if you're if you're watching from overseas, like somewhere in China or India or Asia or any other part of Asia or Africa or whatever, I'd love to know what football is in your local language, what it's called, or some of the languages or terms or things like that. So please post those in the comments or anything else you want to post if you wish to do so. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to hear different cultures or languages and what they how they view football and what they call it and things like that. But yeah, what I talked about some of my imaginations, like in the past, Italy won the World Cup in 2006, and I dreamed that at that time we would win it in like 2010 and 2014 and become the first country in the world to win 3 World Cups in a row, and also to even overtake Brazil in their own backyard, so to speak. So I thought that would be quite interesting. And as I mentioned before, like as a compensation for this harsh plan, perhaps I was going to say wicked or evil plan, but that was a bit too far. But yeah, for this wicked plan, for my evil genius plan, just kidding. But yeah, I thought that I would love to support Brazil economically to make up for it or something like that. But yeah, I don't have some quirky ideas, but yeah, I thought it'd be quite interesting if we did that. And yeah, I also mentioned like how I dreamed that just like Denmark did in the Euros 30 years ago, Italy could win. Like if a country or 2 countries were expelled for political reasons or whatever, like the war in Ukraine. If Italy got their place, it'd be an interesting story if Italy could do what Denmark did in the Euros, but actually for the World Cup. Yeah, probably a pipe dream, but yeah, I thought it'd be interesting to share that idea at least, or share that dream and some of my dreams that I've had or imaginations I've had. As I like to use my dyslexic imagination and my mad imagination, as they say, method to the madness and stuff like that. So as I say, maybe I'll make another some list videos as well if I get around to it, on what my imaginations are and all that kind of thing. Because yesterday was the 17th, I wanted to do it then, but I didn't quite get around to doing so because my pattern 17 reminds me of imaginations or Imagine-Ifs for some reason. But yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool if Italy became the first country to win like 3 World Cups in a row, and then like the club teams, I'd love to see them do well, because there's 3 major trophies available in Europe, in European competitions. I would love for like Italian teams to get to the final in 2 or even all 3 of those eventually, like progressively, and then start dominating European competitions as much as possible, like English and Spanish teams have been doing recently, especially English teams more recently, and before that Spanish teams. But yeah, I'd love to see bringing back the glory days of Italian football, both nationally and at club team level, and like being known around the world for being the best football country. And I'd love to see more Italians practice football, and like politicians giving tax exemptions for football clubs, especially to play more young Italian players as well, and also to develop football academies overseas, which would hopefully benefit the club teams by having the best overseas players as well, and also, as I say, developing Italian players, but also having the best overseas players. And I think it'd be great if there was like committees or think tanks, brainstorms or whatever you want to call them, which brought together people involved in Italian football at the national and local and club team level, and also like even schools and other such organisations in Italy like work to develop football, and maybe like did fundraisers with football, soccer again, or whatever you want to call it, and that sort of thing. So yeah, maybe I'll cover some a list of my ideas, because I think I find it easiest to stick on one idea at a time when I do lists, and like to focus a bit more when I do lists and stuff like that. Although I know I could probably put them on paper in list form and that sort of thing, but I do like to, although I think through my videos a little bit, most of the time, I do like to not be too scripted, or I like to do them live, hopefully uninterrupted and like not too scripted. I do sort of think them through, but I don't. I like to have a bit of creative license, like think off the cuff, if you like. If that makes sense. But yeah, I'd love to hear what other people think as well about Italian football and how you think it could improve, perhaps even, or what would make you like Italian football more, like if it was more attacking or things like that, or what could change, like how Italian football could tackle hooliganism or things like that, and how it could catch up with the Premier League and should we call La Liga, what it could learn from those. Like I wonder why Italian football, I think I mentioned this before, but why Italian football doesn't learn from France and Spain, which are also both Mediterranean countries, like how they develop great football teams. Well, France does at national level and Spain does at club team and sometimes national level as well, more recently. But yeah, I think that covers everything for now, and I'm out. Peace and love.